This is an important announcement.
Do not adjust your devices.
We have an urgent message for our listeners. This is not a drill.
Without further ado, we are here to inform the public of this urgent matter.
Mo Kid Licorice is officially an old man. And today we are celebrating his birthday.
All that and more on today's episode of the Black and Snurdy podcast.
Adam has arrived.
Hey, Maurice and Odie gonna take over like Zach and Cody. Black and Snurdy is the best podcast. Gonna boom like Wile E. Coyote. Gonna meet magic, they move like they hairy. Ain't talking about mental health, no, it's not scary. You know that she coming up with the astrology. Mo got a comic and that's the best policy. Maurice the goat, talking about animation cause you know. Odie, she moving wavy like the boat. Watching some movies and she taking notes. Yeah, kick back, listen. Black and Snurdy have risen. Upload on a mission. 5 stars, never dissing. Black and Snurdy, ooh. Black and Snurdy, yeah. Black and Snurdy.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Black and Snurdy podcast, the only podcast where two sexy black nerds get together to shoot the shit. I am Mo, aka Kid Licorice.
And I'm Odie.
And together we are the aforementioned Snurds here on episode 184 of the Black and Snurdy podcast. How are you? Oh, and yeah, before we get into our pleasantries, want to thank anybody and everybody who's listened. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, comment, engage. Definitely follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Join our YouTube community and find us on all the socials at Black and Snurdy. There you go. How you doing?
I'm pretty chill, keeping it cool, keeping it funky.
Mm-hmm. Nice. You're keeping it cool and funky.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that those don't seem like they would gel?
Why?
Keeping it cool and funky?
Why are you keeping things funky? Keeping it loose.
Right. But like I would imagine that being cool and being funky, like one requires more, I guess, energy than the other one.
No, because you could be like chill, maybe more chill. You could be cool and funky at the same time.
You could be now you're introducing chill.
Yeah.
Chill is something that you can do while also being funky.
Why can't you do all three? Duality.
Is a duality? You name 3 things.
Triality.
Triality. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. It is Sunday or Monday. Yesterday was a very special day. And that leads me to ask you, how are you feeling?
I am feeling boop, 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 boo.
Go shorty, it's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday.
No, that's not a birthday song. Anyhow,
What song was that?
that was What Would You Do If Your Son Was at Home Crying on Alone. I don't have a son, so I don't need to introduce hypotheticals. I am feeling pretty beat the fuck up, quite frankly. I am exhausted. I am tired. Like, this weekend was a blast, but it drained me.
Yeah.
In a significant way. I spent today primarily recovering. I was up relatively early. I had a commitment in the afternoon that I had to take care of. And then I just spent the rest of the day on the fucking couch.
Yeah.
Just rehabbing, essentially, because I am old and washed. It's official now. 37 is the demarcation of my Unk Phase. I am now Unk Licorice.
All right. What are
now, mind you, I have been Unk for a while because I have a nephew,
Yeah.
but now I have a designated Unk Licorice status.
So what comes with this new elevated status?
Okay, so that's very interesting. First up, the knees are shit. My knees are not great at all. Next up, my back hurts. it was very tough to actually get up and roll over because my back was a bit inflamed. Just a bit inflamed.
Okay.
And there is a disconnect from just popular things that the kids like, you know, just I don't get it and I don't understand it. And like there is this, it's actually really fucked up, but there's this TikTok trend called the Ben 10 challenge. Have you heard of that?
No. What is it?
Essentially, it is this challenge where young people of color, black people, will get on the ground and essentially seize up as if they've been shot.
Why is it called Ben 10?
Because a rapper, I believe a Chicago rapper, I have to double check, named Ben 10 was shot, and his enemy came up with the challenge as a disrespect to him, to Ben 10. And yeah, it is extremely popular right now, and
That
it
has
is
not come
extremely
across
fucked up.
My timeline, thankfully.
Well, good.
Now that you've mentioned it, though, it's probably going to...
We have put it out there in the ether,
put it out
and now
there.
we're about to see a bunch of young kids just being the worst.
It's really interesting to me. I think that, like, honestly, in some ways, I don't think that we could say that kids these days are any more or less, like, empathetic than we were when we were younger.
Mhm.
Because obviously, like, kids have always made fun of fucked up shit.
Yeah.
I think it's now that because you have social media, it's like the way that there only used to be one person, I'm sure, like, making fun of 9/11.
Mhm.
They're going to see it. They're going to think it's funny. And now, like, everyone's doing it. Now
Yeah.
everyone's making fun of slavery and, like, getting jokes off. But it's like, damn, that's fucked up.
It is fucked up. It's look, I think since the advent of the internet, there's always been some level of fucked upness to it. You know what I mean?
We
Like,
had rotten.com.
yeah, we had rotten.com. I was talking about it over the weekend with my group of friends that we had E-Bombs World.
Oh, yeah. E-bombs.
I went through an E-Bombs World phase of looking at just the worst nonsense the internet
We had
could
media
provide
takeout.
at the time. Yeah, we had media takeout as well. World Star, infamously World
Yeah.
Star. But I do kind of miss World Star. I'm not gonna lie.
You know, I do kind of miss World Star.
I miss saying World Star.
Like, I remember we used to, like, go after class and have, like, a congregation to, like, check the new stuff. Or me and my best friend Lauren, we would, like, call each other to be like, have World Star time
Mhm.
and, like, watch the crazy videos. It was a time.
It was a big time in our lives
But-
to just sit around watching various fights at various McDonald's.
But the thing is, the way that, like, there are some things, like Twitter streams or whatever accounts where they'll just post fights.
Sure.
And so they'll pop up in my thread
Mhm.
or my timeline sometimes. And I'm like, damn, this is just media takeout and, like, World Star hip hop on steroids.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's just the fact that at that time we didn't have social media in that same way to, like, be looking at this stuff. So now that we have various accounts, I think it just makes it more widespread, unfortunately.
Yeah, because of the sort of ease of access of social media,
Yeah.
it's able to just spread just far and wide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then people think it's funny. 'Cause
And people
sometimes
think
it
it's
is.
funny.
Sometimes it's unfortunate, and I don't know if it's just my humor,
Mhm.
that sometimes some fucked up things I can find.
Like what?
Like a fighting video when, like, the bully is, like, bucking up against someone who's, like, smaller or, like, a nerd or whatever like that. And then next thing you know, you're getting two-pieced, right?
Yeah.
Someone being racist.
Mhm.
Right? Like, someone being a jerk and, like, the other day I saw this video of this woman who, it seemed like they were in the UK because she had an accent,
Mhm.
but something happened in the parking lot. She thought this woman cut in front of her in line.
Mhm.
And so she just
6'7", by the way. Sorry.
Then she held on to the woman's, like, the hood of her car while she's driving. And she kept going, like, whatever, I'm going to stay on here, while she's, like, yelling at her. And then eventually, like, she starts going down the road and she falls off.
Yeah.
Like, that to me, I found it funny. It was fucked up. I was also like, I hope that she's not hurt.
Of course.
It was like,
I'm sure her pride is hurt.
Yeah, well, you could tell the moment her face went from, like, whatever, I got this, to, oh shit, she's not actually going to slow down.
Yeah.
And I've committed to this. This was a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Those were the things that I found
do
funny.
love a sort of frame by frame breakdown of people not only making poor decisions, but recognizing that what they just did and what they just committed to was a terrible choice.
Yeah.
I love those frame by frame facial expressions.
Yeah, I love that. But I think the only thing is that now that we have all these access, you have, like, the kids think it's funny to do stuff like a Ben 10 challenge. But they don't realize that, like, if you're going to be trolls like that, one day you're going to end up like Alex Jones, bankrupt, and have your website sold to your like philosophical arch nemesis, The Onion, and they're going to, immensely improve it. I'm looking forward to every article they put out there.
I'm sure the new InfoWars is going to be interesting. It's going to be creatively directed by Tim Heidecker.
Which I think that's going to be, like, he's great.
I think that's perfect. Like, I love Tim Heidecker. Obviously, you know that I'm a big fan of On Cinema.
Yeah.
The fake movie review show that he does with Greg Turkington.
And I think that he, like, his humor is one that, like, it aligns with The Onion, but he also is going to be able to, the same way The Onion does, being able to talk about, like, real stuff, but like, making it comical or whatever. But I feel like what's funny to me about that is there's going to be a bunch of, like, bigots who have, conspiracy theorists who have, like, InfoWars bookmarked, and they're probably not even going to know if they even hear about this, and then they're going to be, like, going to the website and, like, accidentally getting informed.
I mean, it's a possibility. Although I have to clean up my bookmarks because I still have bookmarks from, like, years ago, like Armor games. Like, I don't play Armor games anymore. Why is that still bookmarked? You know,
I have things bookmarked still from Howard.
Yeah.
Because my email has been the same since Howard. Yeah. So, like, there were plenty of things if I was, like, looking them up, or, like, I'll go through it. I'm like, when the trip to Italy? I haven't done that in years.
Yeah.
I can get that. I can go back and put them somewhere else. It's clogging up my little toolbar.
It absolutely is.
I want to put new bookmarks up there to quickly forget that they're there and never use them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, make a fresh start for more, unnecessary tabs. That's what I believe. Like, you need to get rid of the unnecessary tabs to make room for new unnecessary tabs. You want to know
what I've been doing a lot now is when I have too many tabs, I will bookmark them. I'll, like, if it's something that I was doing, like, I'll bookmark it with, like, the date and a little, like, theme of whatever it was.
Sure.
So I can close it out.
Yeah, and never revisit it. At all.
But at least I know that one day, if I remember that thing I was doing on September 18th, 2025, I can go back to it.
Absolutely. You never will, but you can.
But I can.
You like the possibility of doing a thing that you're never going to do.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So that makes sense to me. Oh boy.
But today is, yesterday was your birthday. So today we are going to be celebrating your birthday virtually with all of our fans. So I want us to have a shoot the shit episode, but shooting the shit about some stuff that you love and like and care about or just find interesting, because obviously we talk about a lot of stuff in the show.
Absolutely.
But it's usually specific to certain things, and, like, there's a lot of things that we don't get to talk about because we don't have, like, infinite hours.
Obviously,
So I'm curious about some things that you have been wanting to talk about, but we haven't gotten a chance to.
Sure. I would absolutely like to do that. So, for starters, it is also WrestleMania season. So that is the grandest stage of them all, the biggest event in the wrestling world. I myself had to essentially watch WrestleMania through like clips and stuff, mainly because WWE, now owned by TKO, is a horrible company and a horribly run company that is literally pricing out everybody in the most ridiculous and confusing way. Like, for example, if you wanted to watch WrestleMania, you have to get the ESPN app, or ESPN Plus, I believe. And then you pay, and ESPN app is already a subscription-based app where you pay for their service. On top of the subscription, you have to pay for the actual event of WrestleMania. And because it's a 2-night event, that means you have to pay for night 1 and night 2 if you want to watch both of them. And that's about $60. That's more than $60 because because of the actual subscription. It's a lot of money to have to commit to, and I absolutely did not want to fucking commit to that at all. Fuck that noise. I'll just go on social media and look at the highlights. Which I did. This WrestleMania was overall, I would say, night 2 was better than night 1. And night 1 was atrocious for multiple reasons. In the overall event of, if you combine night 1 and night 2, was, from what I've seen, maybe a 4 to a 3 out of 10.
So, this past week or last week, we did a podcast episode with Matt and Mari. It's no longer called Wrestle Talk.
No. It was Wrestling Kickback, I believe.
Wrestling Kickback.
Sure.
Wrestle Talk. No, Wrestle Talk is the British one.
Yeah, I know.
But I like both. I love both of them. So
sure.
They were both in my head. So we did the wrestling wrap up.
Yes.
And we made some predictions.
We did make predictions.
For night 1, did any of your predictions come true?
So as far as night 1 is concerned, a lot of my predictions essentially went true. I said that the Usos in LA Knight would defeat Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and ISO Speed. Yeah, that is what happened.
They had to.
I said Jacob Fatu would beat Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre, which he did. I also said that the Bellas, if they, because one of the Bella twins is injured. I believe it is Nikki Bella who is injured. She injured her ankle, and they weren't sure if she would be cleared for the show. She actually was replaced with Paige. Paige here.
Wait, which one's Paige?
Paige was, she was a WWE wrestler for a while. She had a terrible injury that prevented her from continuing to physically wrestle. She was like retired for a really long time.
Oh,
and then she went to AEW for a while.
Yeah.
Not the most memorable stint, I would say. And now she's back in the WWE, and now she's the women's tag team champion with Brie Bella.
Okay. I was going to ask if both of the Bella twins, if they came up, if they both would have to wrestle, or if it was just like a tag team type of thing.
Say it again.
So for this tag team championship, could one of them have sat out? The one that was Nikki, like the one that was injured, could she have sat out if she wanted to, or would it have just been meant her sister?
No, because if Brie Bella was to be a part of this tag team match, she needed a tag team partner, and she got one in Paige. So Paige returned fantastic. That's a lot of fun.
So they took the championship from
Nia
Jax.
and Lash Legends.
Oh.
I actually predicted, or personally, I thought it made more sense if the Bella twins were not gonna be in the match. I said that it should go to Bailey and Lyra Valkyria.
Mm-hmm.
If the Bella twins were in the match, I predicted that it would go to them because they're the bigger stars, bigger crossover stars. It just seemed like it made sense that the titles would go to them, and
I
was kind of did.
Just rooting for everybody black.
Mm-hmm.
So Nia Jax and Last Legend,
sure,
were my people who I wanted to get.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is the thing, because like with majority of the wrestlers, there's a lot of them that I don't really know well. Mm-hmm. So I usually, whenever there's a wrestler out there, I'm gonna pick the black one.
Sure.
Unless they have they have to have a really dumb backstory or something I think is like overtly racist or something like that for me to be like side-eyeing them. But overall, that's who I'm gonna pick. And then after a while, I might pick favorites based on like ability. But other than that, who cares?
Absolutely understandable. I personally would say that we are far removed from the days where Chavo Guerrero was repackaged as Curran White, whose whole thing was that he was a guy who loved being white. That was his gimmick and his whole thing. If it ain't white, it ain't right.
That was he said that?
Yeah, that was his catchphrase. Chavo Guerrero, of course, is not white at all. Okay. It was terrible. It was a not good gimmick. But we are far removed from days like that.
Thankfully.
Or the Mexicools, who would be luchadors who dressed up like gardeners and drove lowrider.
The Mexi-Tools?
The Mexicools.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, both. It's terrible either way, but the Mexi-Tools would have really that would have added just a whole nother level of disgust.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully we have not. Good on the Bella. So, but now wait, are the Bella twins the champions or Bella
Brie Bella and Paige are.
So Nikki is not even involved.
No, she's not. She's injured.
So do you think she's going to come back and like? So okay, I'm curious of how that's going to work for her.
Yeah, I'm also curious as to what could happen because obviously, like, it's a tag team.
Yeah.
So, you know, when Nikki comes back and is like, "Hey, Brie, I see that you had a replacement for me for WrestleMania, and I understand that, but, you know, I want that title. So what are we going to do here?" And Paige here, well, you know.
Is that how she says her name?
No, it's a inside joke.
Oh, okay.
With like Wrestle Talk. Paige here. I'm actually very curious too. So another sort of theme of the WrestleMania experience, from what I've seen and what I've heard, just doing a deep dive on like various reviews and on social media and stuff, the general consensus is there was not enough wrestling on this wrestling show. There just wasn't. Like, let me see if I can.
So when you said you were watching clips, do they have like the full match, or is it just pieces of the match?
Pieces of the match. Pieces, okay. Like the highlights of the match.
Are there any of the places online to watch like the full matches?
There are, that I cannot say out loud.
Oh, because they'll get taken down.
Yeah. Right. So, you know, I will be doing some deep dives as far as you know, watching the actual show. But by and large, people were complaining that there was just so many ads. Like there were so many ads for
Do the ads pop up on there for like you mean the ads that pop up on the TV or the ads like them doing a lot of promos or something?
No, like actual ads.
Is it like
like in the show they were promoting the Hollywood Hogan or Hulk Hogan documentary a bunch of times. You want to know an interesting stat?
Yeah.
Okay. Here are the time breakdowns. They're featured approximately 83 to 90 minutes of in-ring action across 7 matches within a 4-hour broadcast.
Oh, that's a lot.
Exactly.
Because I mean, you could think of even if you have performers like, well, did they have any people rapping?
They did have some performers.
Because they usually have like a country music or a rapper.
Yes, they did have some performers.
Was Jelly Roll there?
Jelly Roll was there. So he did not perform. He was a part of the match with Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes and Pat McAfee.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Anyway, so
all the women's matches combined were less time than the CM Punk and Roman Reigns match.
That always happens. They always do that. They always give the women's way less. And I think that this time they had so many great women wrestlers.
Sure, yeah.
You know, these are when I like any of the complaints I have about women wrestling, like the majority of these women are not in that. Like there's some of them I'm still like, ugh. But like for the most part, I think all of them, like they're working they're being pushed just as hard and they're going even harder than a lot of the men, which is like, of course, what I want to see. And I think that they never give the women the right kind of time and space to showcase what they can do. And even though they've definitely come a long way from Vince McMahon getting a lap dance in the middle of the ring.
Yes.
By whomever that was. Whatever.
It might have been Trish Stratus. Might have been Stacey Keebler.
Who knows? They've moved past a lot of the weird super sexist things they used to do. Which like great that the sexism and the racism has gone down. But I just I feel like there's so many women wrestling fans that would love to see these women who are like great athletes just the way these men are great athletes and see them actually in there able to like push themselves and not just given like fluff.
Sure. Yeah.
You know?
I was looking and like it's amazing to me that like the Liv Morgan and Stephanie Baker match only got 7 minutes. It's a championship match, like for the top women's title in the company, and they're relegated to literally 7 minutes.
It's 4 hours.
It's a 4-hour card.
There's 4 hours. The men have so many different matches. The women only have, what was it? Like, was it 2?
There were 4 women's matches. There was Jade and Rhea, Liv and Stephanie Baker, the tag team match, and Becky and AJ.
And how many men's?
There were many more men's. There were many men's.
many men's. I know there's always more men, but I'm just like, it would, if you're talking about like a championship match, that should be given at least 20 minutes, you know, like getting there.
Well, it depends on the story that they're telling. You know what I mean?
Or like 15, but like because you know, like one, they're going to come out there, let them have their spectacular entrances the way that we let the men do it. Like you give them that. That's going to take, when I think of 20 minutes, I'm not thinking that maybe they're spending that whole time wrestling, but it's like all of the pomp and circumstance that they deserve. You know, like did they have they didn't have a ladder match in this one, did they?
Yes, they did.
They did.
It was
ladder match?
the Intercontinental match It was for the Intercontinental Championship. That was the one with Penta and Rey Mysterio and
They
Javon
didn't have one
Evans.
for the women?
No, they didn't.
Why not? That's the type of bullshit.
Yeah.
Why having one for the men and not for the women? Everything that you have in there, you should have it one for each.
I mean,
if you could, like, obviously, if that's possible, but it's possible for you to do.
I would have thought that the Becky and AJ match would have had some kind of stipulation. You know what I mean? To make things interesting.
Because that's the thing. It's like the men get to do all the fun, like, oh, unsanctioned, and we're going to be hitting each other with chairs, and we have fucking whatever. What is that stick? The kendo stick?
Yes.
I was calling it a Kegel stick.
That would be a different thing entirely.
But, like, they're using the kendo stick and all this stuff, and then the women get these stupid, barely, like, getting to showcase how strong and cool they are, too. By being regulated to how many minutes was it? Did the women get overall?
Overall, they I have to double check, but they collectively got less time with all of their match times added up than Roman and CM Punk did. Roman and CM Punk, the actual time was about 33:57. Mm-hmm. So collectively, they got less than that. I mean, just the and
that says 20 minutes of entrances.
Yeah. Cargill and Ripley got about 10 minutes.
And that's like Cargill and Ripley are both huge, amazing, supreme talented wrestlers.
Yes, I agree.
They should also be able to get a 5-minute entrance for both if they wanted to, because they won. They're not going to squander it. It's not like they're going to come out there and it's going to be boring. You remember that time when when Jada Cargill had the AKAs come out with her?
I do remember that. Like, was that Bianca Belair or was that Jade Cargill?
No, Jade Cargill, because Bianca Belair is not an AKA.
Okay.
Let me double check.
All
but like, just even.
But I mean, I will say this. The other matches on the card that weren't women's masters, I would say they also kind of got short shift. I mean, like the Usos and LA Knight versus the Vision and Nitro Speed, that only got 7 minutes.
And that's a lot of them for only 7 minutes. I feel like that. Honestly, when you're talking about WrestleMania, I don't think there should be a match less than 10 minutes. And I'm just thinking about I
think it depends on the type of match and the type of story you're trying to tell.
I think it's like you have 4 hours, right? Mm-hmm. I think having the matches, to me, when they're less than 10 minutes, it feels it feels short.
Yes.
And it feels like they were just there to move the show along. It doesn't feel like, okay, we're in WrestleMania. So that means all these other Monday Night Raws and what's Wednesday called?
You mean Friday
SmackDown. Like those are like, they all build up, right?
Sure.
So you can have those little throwaway matches here.
Yeah.
But this is the time when you should be getting the action. Like, we're coming in. These are the best people of the year.
I would say that WrestleMania should, in theory, mark like a sort of treat it like it's a season finale.
Yeah.
It should be blowing off feuds. It should be telling stories that wrap up whatever that storyline is.
Because everybody, the main things that I always hear people, and this is from someone who like watched wrestling as a kid and came back and has since come back to like awareness of it and all that and watching it. Like, the main things that people talk about are WrestleMania, SummerSlam,
Royal Rumble.
Like, those are the ones that come up to me, like, when I'm thinking of, like, if there's a special event.
Yeah, those are like the big 3. If you want to add the big 4, I would say maybe Money in the Bank.
But Money in the Bank is always like a lead up. It's like, oh, they won the Money in the Bank challenge. Let's see if they're going to make it to WrestleMania, you know? Like, I feel like when you have something, this is your, like, Coachella event, right? Like, you should be going hard and making sure that, like, yes, you're gonna have your ads. You're gonna have like some performances because it's a long thing.
Yeah,
you want to have the pomp and circumstance and the flair and all of that, but also put that time behind also making sure that your acts, the lineup, the people who are there, like these athletes are getting their time to shine because that's the whole point of it.
I would agree.
And I think that to me, as someone who, even if I may not watch it every single week and like all that, I do like, I'm the same way with the Super Bowl and football. Like, I'm super excited about the Super Bowl. I'm not excited about watching every match or every game every Sunday.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that people spend so much money to come out. And now, obviously, it's probably different in the stadium or where you're at. But then I'm curious, what are those people doing if we're only having 83 minutes of match time, or not 80 to 90 minutes? What are we doing with the rest of that time inside the stadium? Are you just kind of standing around?
They're showing ads. They're showing ads
I
for Hulk Hogan.
Are you? I want to
documentaries.
Anyone who's been to like a WrestleMania event,
please let us know.
Happening?
Especially like, let's say the most recent WrestleManias. I know that Mari and Matt went to WrestleMania a few years back.
Yeah.
And their experience was different than I imagined.
It was raining.
Yeah, it was raining.
Yeah.
I wanted to point out on the podcast, so you saw Samoa Joe in his little poncho. But like the experience in the arena for the consumer, for the wrestling fans.
Yeah.
I would be curious as well to know what that is actually like. I notoriously do not like the idea of going to live wrestling events. As much as I like wrestling and as much as I care about wrestling, it is a different experience for live events than it is watching it from the safety and security of your home and the smells. Like, there is...
No, that's funny. The smells. Kev on stage, he was at WrestleMania with his family this weekend, and he was like, he made a video that the person next to him was musty the whole 2 days.
Yeah, it is literally thing that a certain section of the wrestling community has I don't know what it is psychologically, but some kind of aversion to smelling good or decent or nice or appropriate.
To go to one of these events, like during the Black Plague when they used to wear those beaks with all the florals in them. That you can dress it up as a costume, do some cosplay with it, and that way you can get a respite from the odor.
You're talking about me.
I mean, yeah, anybody but you. But also, I feel like I do want to go to a live wrestling. I want to go to a big one.
I am torn because there is something in me that says that I would love to go to like a live wrestling event. It is just having to deal with the wrestling fans at said event that turns me off.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's always the crowd does play a big part. When you're at home, it's a crowd of you or the people who are there in the house with you, and then you can kind of either zone into it or everyone can like get into it and have fun, which is like the same thing you do when you're watching a movie. Like, you like that. But if you're in the theater and people are kind of like, you're the only one laughing, it's like, dang, like, what's going on? Or if people are being weird, that could take the fun out of it. But I think that the part I think about is, like, the best thing at a concert is when you are singing and everybody else is singing along with you.
Sure,
right?
that's an immersive experience. I appreciate those kind of moments. Just like when you go to a movie and you all collectively gasp or cheer or say "oh," like at the same time. It's a collective community experience that you're having with strangers, essentially, who appreciate the same thing that you do.
So I think that's
the aspect I would like about.
There's risks and rewards. I think, honestly, being at a live event, you're going to get both things, right?
Sure.
I don't think I can't really think of concerts that have been like perfect, right? There's always going to be either someone who's being annoying,
Sure,
or weird in the row. They
Sure.
keep going to pee,
yeah,
like, or someone like depending on how it's like how the stairs are or whatever.
absolutely.
There's someone knocking into
I
your back.
notoriously went to Rock the Bells with you.
Yeah.
And it was a horrible experience because I had sunglasses and we were out there for so long that it became nighttime and it was impossible to see. And I couldn't take off my glasses because it was literally very limited viewing, like as far as being able to see versus no ability to see without my glasses. And I had to use the bathroom, get up, and slightly misjudge the stairs and kind of fall. So,
but it also
not great.
That part, it's like that part is annoying, but also the people. Then you get the people who are performing, and it's like, oh, like this is great, like, and you're enjoying it. So, like those parts are the things that I focus on when I go to live events. There's always going to be an annoying part, but sometimes I'm like, the good part might outweigh any like shittiness, hopefully. That's the thing. Like, I went to a Lana Del Rey concert a few years ago. Well, yes, it was several years ago, and that to me has been the worst concert I've ever been to because Janae Aiko was supposed to be there. She was not. I don't know what happened, but she didn't come. And then Lana Del Rey was so, like, she has like one or two songs that I like.
Sure.
But I was literally falling asleep.
Yeah.
It was so boring.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this concert experience is not worth the like $20 White Claw that I had to I purchased.
There you go. Yeah, because everything is expensive as fuck, and like, oh my god, that brings me to the next point as far as like WrestleMania. WWE, owned by TKO, is pricing their fans out.
Yeah,
like they raise the amount of money for tickets to the point where it is impossible for the average fan to, even the nosebleed tickets are super expensive.
I looked at to see how much that's, because I was like, oh, they're coming to Brooklyn. That would be fun for us to go to or whatever.
Yeah.
I looked at those tickets and I was like, this a substitute teacher cannot afford these prices. And to me, like, I'm someone where if it's something I really want to do, I don't mind going to sit up high or whatever to be there and experience. But it also depends on the artist, right? Like, I know, for instance, Beyonce, I've been in the nosebleeds and I've been super close. I've enjoyed both, right?
Yeah.
But there are certain places like I don't, Barclays, even though that it's the way they have it is so weird and steep.
It's so steep. It's so steep. The engineering and architecture that went into creating the Barclays is baffling to me.
It's terrible.
It makes no fucking sense. We went to see Usher there. It was a terrifying experience for me,
you can't go to the
because it's kind of like sloped, and I
like
didn't.
You're gonna fall.
It's
the worst.
Weird.
I don't know how women go there and they're wearing like heels and stuff. Yeah. I could not.
It makes no sense.
It's terrible. But I think the only good thing about this way the stadium is created is that you can pretty much see everything from where you are. Like, that is something that is a positive. So I'm like, on one hand, like, yeah, it would be cool, but I'm like, even for you to have non-nosebleeds and just be in the middle section, you're charging hundreds of dollars.
Right.
And that's, to me, like, that's just so shitty, because the thing about sports, especially sports like wrestling, they were like poor men's sports, right?
Absolutely.
They weren't seen as...
They were for the everyman.
They were for everyman. Like, they weren't seen as civilized or proper and da-da-da-da-da, like other sports. And so you used to be able to just, like, get a ticket. But now, like, for wrestling and all these other sports, you have to save up.
Absolutely.
And that's only talking about one person. That's talking about if you want to go with your friend, your family.
Yeah, if you have children.
No.
If you want to introduce your children to wrestling.
Okay, you spend, let's say you have a family of 4.
Yeah.
That's probably for tickets, because they don't discount tickets.
Let me read some stats to you. So, like, average wise, a weekly show for like Raw, SmackDown, it's $30 to $100 for standard seats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then $100 to $500 for like the lower bowl, the floor, and then even higher than that for ringside.
Mm-hmm.
For a premium live event, like maybe Backlash or what have you, usually starts higher with premium seating packages often exceeding $500 to $1,000 plus.
That's
for a ticket.
That's because if a family of 4 wanted to go,
yes,
that's like $4,000,
and that's not even including like hotel and travel accommodations.
And if you even if you don't have to travel, just being in that stadium, because the shows are long. There's usually several hours. So
and then there's concessions. Yes.
You know that
drinks and water and popcorn and hot dogs and shit.
For a family of 4, for being there for 4 hours, you're going to have to get at least something to drink and something to eat.
Yes.
And that's probably going to be another like $200.
Yeah, exactly.
Added on. And it's like, I feel like the fact that the people who are like the everyday folks are the ones that push the sport ahead, and that like they will save their money.
Yeah.
This is their Beyonce concert.
This is their Beyonce. WrestleMania is their Beyonce. And
I think that they deserve to get more bang for their buck, because I will tell you what, you might have sold your left kidney for that Beyonce ticket, but what she's doing on that stage, you're gonna grow it back.
Absolutely.
Okay.
WrestleMania initial tickets for 2025 started around $450, with ringside packages reaching over $10,000 to $15,000 for a ticket.
If I'm like, okay, the $4,500, if I'm already spending that much money, I don't want to sit in the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, you know what? If I'm already spending close to $500, let me just spend $1,000 so I could actually see what's going on, because I don't want to feel like I got to this event and everybody looked like little polka dots.
Yeah.
Moving around like friggin' Pac-Man. You know, so they know people want to sit closer. They know people are going to want to get merch. There's no reason why a merch for any sort of event should be I
wasn't even thinking
$75.
about the merch. Yeah, the merch. If your child is going to want a little t-shirt with John Cena on it, it would be a shirt that is blank.
Because we can't see it. The shirt's gonna be, maybe they're gonna do a shirt for $40. I don't think you should ever have to sell a t-shirt for more than $25, but I think $25 is fine t-shirt price, but it's not. It's gonna probably be about $30 to $40. A hoodie is gonna be about $50 to $60. Maybe you can get a poster for $30, maybe $20 if they're being generous, and some little super fun. But I'm like, this is come on.
Yeah, I'm seeing $35 shirts,
and the shirt's $35,
and the designs are terrible. WWE designs are notoriously terrible when it comes to their fucking shirts. I swear.
But
look at this bullshit. Hold on, wait. I gotta find the shirts.
But that
shirts. Yeah.
The kid's gonna see that and be like, "Yeah, I want it. I don't care if it's ugly."
These shirts are abysmal.
But they probably didn't have those at WrestleMania.
Okay, actually, this is just shirts. I need t-shirts. There we go. T-shirts, graphic t-shirts for WrestleMania. Look at this. They just
look like Canva designs.
They really do. Let's see what the highest price t-shirt is. And fucking $64.99.
$74.99.
My ass.
$74.99.
$50 for a WWE t-shirt that looks like it's been electrocuted. Get this Where is it? Where is it? This is the perfect reason for.
Miss me with that bullshit.
But
This is a trendus. But yeah, so.
I mean, but they know people are going to spend money. WWE is extremely popular. People love it. People will spend their money. If it's like you're saving up instead of going to Disney, you're going to WWE.
Yeah.
And Disney is fucking expensive.
Yes, it
but
is.
at least I'm getting rides and funnel cake. I'm getting more things to do than just sitting around and watching ads for Hulk Hogan movies.
Disney is just one big ad for itself. You know, like fucking
But at least I get the loop while
Galaxy's
doing it.
Edge and friggin' Moana's terrible live action bullshit that's coming out soon where The Rock's wig looks terrible.
No, I remember every time I think about Moana live action, I think about how I forgot what that YouTuber is you like, but they were talking about how The Rock ruined the Black Adam trilogy or like what Black Adam is DC.
Black Adam is DC, yes.
He ruined like the DC trajectory or whatever.
Yes.
And I just think that like, you know, I understand wanting to make money. But you could have been in this film in another way.
What do you mean in another way?
Well, he could have been a different character. He could have been another different god or whatever there. Or
But it's remaking Moana. Like
no, I know that he's the voice for Moana, but like
well, the voice of
or Tafiti? No, not Tafiti.
not Tafiti. Oh my god, this is bugging me because the animated Moana movie was very good.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked Moana, the first Moana. The second one was not good. He plays Maui.
So like to me, I think that like you first of all, you look crazy in this wig.
His wig
it's giving Tyler Perry.
Looks terrible. Let me
So,
see
like,
if I can find it.
I know that you want people to be like, oh yeah, we know it's the same character, but would it have been that difficult to find a live action but like a real man that had the voice? And I really don't think so. I just feel like he just wants to suck up all of the air in the room because he wants to make as much money as he can, which is fine. I understand. He has children. He's building a legacy for himself. But I feel like he has made himself like the poster boy for Hawaii and like
Sorry.
like how he just loves and respects his culture so much and all that stuff. And I don't disagree with that. You know, like he loves one part of his background, so that's great. But I think that you can't really be showing love to your community if you're not allowing your community to also be a part of things.
Sure. I personally feel like we can do a really long deep dive about The Rock and how his behavior over the past few years has been questionable. And I personally believe that The Rock's star is on the decline. You know, like he almost ruined WrestleMania a few years ago because of the bullshit that he did with Cody Rhodes. He almost ruined that. He did ruin the DCEU with Black Adam. Ridiculous to think that he wanted to position Black Adam, who in the source material comic books is a villain, for Shazam. Or for, well, he was originally called Captain Marvel, but, you know, copyright. And he had to be called Shazam. He's originally a villain for fucking Shazam.
Yeah, which is a weird name to go from Captain America.
No, Captain Marvel to Shazam.
It's interesting.
There's a very interesting history when it comes to like comic book lore and stuff. Now, he also, I would argue, he ruined the what else did he ruin? He ruined the DCEU by positioning himself as a hero when he is a villain. He literally was like, it's going to change the paradigm. There's a paradigm shift in the DCEU. That movie bombed so fucking hard that they literally had to bring in another guy to reboot the entire DCEU.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, is that happening well at this point? Meh.
What's the most recent DCEU? Why is it DCEU?
DC Extended Universe.
Oh, okay. So, what's the most recent?
Man of Tomorrow, the Superman movie that came out
Did we watch
last
that?
year? We watched it on
watch that.
HBO.
Is that because that's the one where he said that the Superman's face, like he had more of a nice. Was that the one saying he had more of like a nice tone and demeanor?
Who said that? Did I say that or you said that?
No, seeing like the reviews, they were comparing the previous Superman.
Right. It was a comparison from Henry Cavill to this new guy.
Yes, Henry Cavill.
I don't know his name off the top of my head.
That most recent Superman.
I thought it was largely okay. I thought it was an okay Superman movie. It didn't set the world on fire, but I just thought it was like serviceable and fine. Unfortunately, that's kind of not what you want for like a big blockbuster movie that's supposed to like be the launching point for your, you know, DCEU franchise.
Is there going to
like you don't want tepid responses.
Is there going to be another one?
So right now there's supposed to be a Supergirl movie coming out.
Okay. That's who we were introduced at the end of this movie.
Yes. So they're doing.
He had her dog.
Yes, they're doing Supergirl. They're doing Clayface. I think Creature.
Was Clayface in the movie?
No, Clayface is a Batman villain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think they are doing a second season of Creature Commandos.
What is that, animated or live?
That is animated.
Okay.
Right. And I personally think that the Superman movie was okay, but like okay is not really good enough.
Yeah.
Okay is not good enough when it comes to A, Superman, and B, like creating a franchise of movies around this particular character and story. So like it has to be bigger and better and bolder and more exciting and interesting and like have a lasting impression. Like we haven't even watched the Superman movie since we watched it.
Yeah, we've only watched it once.
And I honestly, I would watch other superhero movies before I would watch that one. Not because it's bad, but it's just there.
So I have a question, because we've talked about, maybe on this podcast, but definitely off camera, about how you've felt disenchanted by superhero movies and like the shows and things from Marvel and DCEU.
Correct.
And I think that this is like, I feel like since superheroes in this aspect of superheroes have been introduced to pop culture, they've had like, it's been up and down, you know, like they'll be up and they'll be doing great work, and then it'll be for several years they're kind of like having a lull and doing things that are just kind of okay. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious to ask you, where do you think superhero movies are right now? Do you feel like they're at the bottom, or do you feel like they're at the bottom moving up, or do you feel like they're just kind of inching towards rock bottom?
I think that, how do I say this? I think that superhero movies did hit a rock bottom. It was after Avengers Endgame. Mm-hmm. We had about a phase or two where there was just no care for the stories that were being told and being created. I would point the finger at Disney, but DCU also is a culprit of this, you know?
But do you think that, because, I mean, when we've talked about DCU before, you've always kind of felt like they were subpar compared to Disney. Well, Marvel.
Yeah, I always thought I thought that, and I will edit myself. I thought that what Marvel was doing with their movies was more interesting and engaging than what DC was doing at the time.
Mm-hmm.
DC had like really big game-changing hits like The Dark Knight with Christopher Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say and even Batman Begins, I would say that color, and even to a certain extent, Man of Steel with Henry Cavill. They took the wrong lessons from the success of those films and they applied it to every slate of movie that came out afterwards. Like they took this idea of like dark and edgy storytelling and they made like they made Superman, who was supposed to be like a paragon of virtue and the American way, and like he's supposed to be like this guy who literally like has the power of gods but chooses to do good with them. He made him a killer by snapping that motherfucker's neck. Like they made a 9/11 in the Man of Steel movie. They made a 9/11 style event out of Superman. That's insane to me. And they learned the wrong lessons. They were trying to play catch up with Marvel by like introducing all of these single superheroes and then forming a Justice League. And it was all shit. Not good. Not good execution. Not good follow through. Not good storytelling. A lot of ways, not good acting either. Like the first Wonder Woman movie was good, but it was more important than it was good, I would say. Like it showed that women can be like these superheroes and can lead tentpole movies.
Yeah.
What's his face? Who plays Wonder Woman? What's her name?
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot or Gadot?
Terrible actress.
Terrible actress. Not good. She can't.
The reason I think the reason why Wonder Woman did so well is it wasn't because of her, it was in spite of her, because the other actors in the movie were actually they're actually better actors.
Yeah.
And so they were
I think the story around her was a good story, and it was elevated by the supporting cast.
Yeah.
She herself, not a good actor. Not a good actor or actress or what have you. Just not good. Her sequel, did you even watch her sequel?
Honestly, I was listening to, when you were listening to a recap of the sequel a few weeks ago, I was listening to it and I was like, I thought that I watched the sequel, but I don't know if I did. And I definitely didn't see the one WW84.
Yeah, that's the sequel.
That's the sequel. Okay, so no, I don't think I saw that one because that's who has what's her name's in it? Kristen Wiig.
Yeah.
No,
not good. Not a good story. Not a good story. Not a good story. Not a good follow-up. Not a good story. Not good acting. It was just not good at all from beginning to end. Pedro Pascal, I believe, is in that movie, and even he couldn't turn that shit into a sandwich. Just not good. Marvel's Phase 4 and 5, it completely went off the rails. They inundated the Disney Plus platform with more content and less quality. You know, how many things of Marvel did we watch in that span of, Phase 4 and 5? And how many of it was either memorable or good, quite frankly?
I don't really know.
Yeah, see?
There are some of them that I didn't mind, though.
What's something that you didn't mind?
I didn't mind She-Hulk. I didn't mind it.
You've got to do better, Senator.
Oh, yeah, in Civil War.
You mean not Civil War?
Not Civil War. Captain America, whatever. Falcon.
Captain America and the fucking Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that one. I didn't mind that one.
But all of these stories that they told it was all quantity over quality. Maybe some of them had interesting ideas, but very poor execution. You know?
But,
so it just was a conga line of either like at best serviceable material.
So do you?
But it made the idea of keeping up with the story turn into homework.
So do you think that now? Do you feel like they are still in the trenches with that, or do you feel like they are going to be getting past it soon, so that they can start making good movies again?
I think honestly, for Marvel and DC, it's two different things.
Mm-hmm.
For Marvel, I think that they have the potential of being on the upswing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that their animation division,
Mm-hmm.
like the Eyes of Wakanda show, was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And the what was the animated Marvel show that we just watched?
Not the What If.
Not What If. I'm blanking on it, but Eyes of Wakanda was really good, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that this Avengers Doomsday movie.
Did you see the trailer?
I did see the trailer. It has potential to be something really good.
Mm-hmm.
However, it also has the trappings of being something really bad. Like there's nostalgia, there's
Mm-hmm.
breaking case of emergency hiring Robert Downey Jr. to be Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Bringing back Chris Hemsworth and the other Chris who plays Captain America. Chris Pratt. No, Chris Pine. No, Chris.
Oh.
There's
What's
too many
his
Chris's. I've said this on this podcast before.
Wait, no, not Chris Reynolds.
Chris Reynolds. Jesus Christ, that would be terrible. No, I want the actor. The actor who plays Captain America, Chris Evans.
Chris Evans. Sorry, Chris Evans.
Chris Evans.
He's one of my favorite Chris's.
He's one of the few good Chris's out there. But like they're appealing to this nostalgia. There's going to be X-Men. There's going to be a slew of other actors. Like it has the potential to be either really good or really bad. I don't think that there's any in between.
Please clarify for me.
Mm-hmm.
Have we had a X-Men event, like a Marvel Fox collaboration with the X-Men and Disney outside of Deadpool?
So, did you see the Marvels? In the post-credit scene of the Marvels,
which one is that about again?
That's with
the women.
Yeah, that's with Brie Larson.
I've seen some of it, but I didn't watch it.
Miss
fully.
Marvel and
no.
Yeah,
all right.
Not a good movie. Not a good movie. Bad movie.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, bad movie. And I don't. When I say that a movie is bad, I don't just take my opinions from like the internet and inform this stuff without actually watching it. I will give credit to a bad movie. I like movies. So like I will see like the good in like even the worst movie. Like the Marvels is a bad movie. However, the actress who plays Miss Marvel is really good in it. She's a joy. She's a delight.
Have there been a Miss Marvel movie?
No, this is her first movie, but she had Miss Marvel, the television show, which I think was mostly fine.
Was it the Asian
kind
girl?
of, yeah, yes. Mostly fine, but mostly inconsequential. And also felt like homework.
Homework?
Yeah.
Oh, because they never told us about her? Like, they didn't give us information about it?
No, it felt like homework, as in like in order to watch the Marvels, you have to watch fucking this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
In order to watch fucking Doomsday, you have to watch this, that, and the third. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to be able to know the various, like Captain America Brave New World, you had to literally go back and watch the fucking Edward Norton Hulk movie. And nobody likes that movie. Nobody likes that period of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Terrible, 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 terrible. I personally, as far as Marvel is concerned, this could be this is a make or break movie, essentially. Like, the budget for the movie is insane, too. Like, did you hear about the budget for the next Avengers movie?
If you're bringing in, what's his name?
RTJ?
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.?
You're bringing in him. It has to be enough.
The budget is around $700 million.
$700 million?
Yes. Comprising a $400 million production budget and over $300 million for marketing.
That's crazy.
This makes it one of the most expensive films in history, and it literally requires over $1 billion to break even. Not even talking about making a profit. It has to reach $1 billion to break even.
Do you think they're going to do it?
It's too early to say. I don't believe in like the superhero fatigue thing. I do believe that there was a period where Marvel was all about quantity over quality because they had to get their Disney Plus subscribers up.
Sorry, you're correct. But I was trying to find this Doomsday freaking thing to watch it because I haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And of course,
it was on Twitter that I saw. Like they just premiered some stuff from like a convention, and I saw it there. I don't know if there's like an actual official trailer for Doomsday.
I go on YouTube, I find one, and I look for it has like 8.6 million subscribers. All this. This is not the fucking video.
No, it is not. No, it is not. No, it is not. No, it is not. No, it's not.
Probably somebody talking over it.
Yeah, I don't think there's like a like official.
Yeah.
I think there were 3 teasers or 4 teasers.
That's what I was looking for.
But like, I don't think there's like an official trailer for the movie.
No, but that's like, I keep seeing people have put them out, and I want to freaking see.
I understand what you're saying. Now for DC, I think that they are in a more precarious position because they brought in James Gunn to do his thing, to take over like DC films and stuff. I think that the Superman movie that we just saw was very James Gunn.
What else has James Gunn done?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was
so he's swapping sides.
Yes, he is. I think it was a very James Gunn movie, and I think that his style of movie is like on the way out. It's on the downswing.
Why do you say that?
Okay. I forget who had this conversation, and I was a part of this conversation. But online, there was somebody who was discussing how is it that anime and manga are like telling stories better than over here with like our comic books.
Yeah.
And he was genuinely asking like, what is the difference with what we're doing versus what they're doing? And a good portion of it is earnesty.
Earnesty how?
In anime and in manga, because anime and manga are mediums and not genres, right?
Yeah.
So there are different types of genres and different types of stories that are being told via anime and manga, right? Some of them are serious, some of them are silly, some of them are action-packed, some of them are drama, what have you. But the characters are relatable and they're endearing because they're earnest. Over here, for well over a decade, like earnesty has been removed from a lot of these like superhero movies. Like, how many superhero movies have there been where they're literally just making fun of the character's name? Oh, Spider-Man. Oh, Doctor Strange. Oh, we're just using our silly name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how many movies has there been where like a serious moment is undercut with like a quip? How many characters are just like quip machines and just doing comedy and just being snarky and just being like, you know, over it or what have you, you know? Like there was a real reason why people gravitated to these characters in the pages of these comic books, because they were earnest, because they felt real. Like, yeah, the situations and the plots and the surroundings are ridiculous, but they brought a level of humanity and earnestness to them. And I think we lost that with like snarky nonsense and cynicism.
I think that could possibly be why like shows like The Boys and Invincible are so popular, because it's going like, what if superheroes were real, but like on the other side, like they're not just real as in they're people and they're doing these things, but like if they were here, maybe they would be assholes and it wouldn't be just like a hat on a hat situation. It's just like they're completely different from what we expected.
Yes, for instance, I think The Boys and Invincible do the Superman, but what if he was evil thing really well. Homelander in The Boys is a fucking well realized character and well acted on the show.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And Omni-Man in Invincible is J.K. Simmons is amazing. He can do no wrong. He's a amazing fleshed out character. Like imagine like the idea that you come from a planet where essentially like you live like you not live forever, but like your lifespan is longer than that of a human being. Like you are literally over 1,000 years old. You are a part of an empire that believes in strength, might, and domination. You're sent on a mission to come into a planet like Earth and sire a son, because your current planet has less than 50 people left. So you have to both create a child, raise them to conquer that planet for the empire that you are a part of.
This story actually reminds me of some like sci-fi fantasy romance that I've been listening to on Audible.
Is that your recommendation?
Yes, you should.
Okay, yeah. Like I think Invincible right now is an amazing story, and it's based on an amazing comic.
Yeah.
The Boys right now is better. Kind of got off the rails for a little bit in between.
The graphic novel is really great.
Graphic novel is pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd say great, but it's pretty good.
Oh, pretty good. I mean, like when I was introduced to it, I was interning at a publishing company, and they sent it to us. Like it wasn't anything that we would normally publish or whatever like that, but they sent it in, and I remember like all these grown men were like super excited about it.
Oh, of course.
And like when I read it, I was like, oh gosh, like it was really. I actually like. I think that I don't love the gore, so obviously, watching it as a show is like sometimes too much for me. But I really do think that like the actual graphic novel is really good.
Yeah. Like it. I love The Boys because it's literally a critique on corporations. What if superheroes was essentially superheroism is essentially just corporation? What if it's just a business?
But I think that it's also kind of talking about the way that superheroes are depicted in even our like the way that Disney and
it's a deconstruction of both corporations and superheroism. You know, like superheroes are these celebrities, they're these mascots. They're literally like, you know, PR. There's PR machines behind them, and like it. I like the way that they break down the idea of superheroism as like essentially a business.
Yeah.
But I would argue that My Hero Academia also does the same thing with their story, but like there's a level of earnestness to it and not so much this dark cynicism to it.
Can you give me a little quick recap again? What is My Hero Academia about? I know I've watched it before, but I don't remember.
My Hero Academia is essentially about this kid Midoriya who grows up. He doesn't have superpowers. In this universe, superpowers are called quirks.
Mm-hmm.
There are different types of quirks that the majority of the human population has, right? And in there, they live in a hero society.
Mm-hmm.
Hero society is essentially that there are superheroes, they're ranked, and essentially they're also like public celebrities, famous, what have you, right?
Mm-hmm.
The number one superhero at the time is this man named All Might, who is like, his whole thing is like he is essentially the Superman of this world, right? And the main character aspires to be like All Might. He wants to be the number one hero in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So he runs into All Might. All Might, he asks All Might if I can be a hero even if I don't have a quirk. All Might says no.
Get the fuck out of here.
But then he witnesses this kid like actually charge into a dangerous situation in order to save his rival.
Mm-hmm.
And that level of bravery shows that like it doesn't necessarily take a quirk to be a superhero. It just takes the bravery to want to do good for others and
the
for
hero's
people.
journey.
The hero's journey, yes. So he eats some of All Might's hair and gets his quirk. And
wait, I'm sorry.
See, anime and manga can be fucking weird, but they're honest about it.
He's eating his hair.
He ate a piece of All Might's hair in order to transfer his quirk to the main character Midoriya, and then gets enrolled in
Was that the only
My
way?
Hero Academia, the school that teaches kids how to harness their quirk to become heroes.
That was the only way that he could do it, was by eating hair.
Yeah, he needed to ingest a part of his DNA.
Why didn't he kiss him?
Why did a grown man not kiss a little boy?
Wait,
who's
he's a little boy?
into?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I didn't realize. I'm sorry.
Did you miss the part where I said that he gets enrolled into a high school?
Yeah, I know he gets enrolled to the school. But I'm thinking like college. Okay, and also I wasn't thinking how old the other guy is. All right, never mind. Great. So
Why didn't he kiss him?
He's eating this old man's hair.
Older man's hair, I would say.
And
Not old
then
man, but older man.
He goes to Hogwarts.
Sure. Yes. He goes to Hogwarts and learns how to become a hero. He learns how to harness his newly found power. He learns how to, become a hero, essentially.
So, in the high school, is it like Beast Wars where you're ranked like the...
Feels a wild...
Not Beast Wars.
That's a wild fucking like
Beast,
comparison, but yeah.
Beastars, like in the school.
Beastars, not...
Yeah, sorry. Beastars where the, like, how, like, the elk or the deer is becoming the Beastar.
I want to...
You're rated that by in the school.
I think we should do a bonus episode tonight, depending on the time, and I think we should make some bonus content because I want you to describe the anime that I watch, that I care about, and that I love. I want to hear you describe them for me. I think that would be very funny, and I think we could release that. I think we should do that. And to answer your question, it's like Beastars in that it takes place in high school.
Well, no, I'm talking about because in Beastars, like to be the next Beastar, it's like they're looking at the high schoolers.
Yes.
And like they're doing all this work to try to get to be the Beastar. And so in My Hero Academia, they're doing all this work to be like the top wizard. That's a similarity to me.
Essentially, yes.
All right.
They are in school to learn how to become heroes so that they can, get
My Hero Academia
essentially
star.
get an internship so that they can hopefully get a job as a superhero for an agency and hopefully become the next number one hero. There are rankings, so there's number 2, number 3, number 4.
Hero Academia
Sure.
star.
Sure.
My where are they located in Japan?
Yeah, they are in Japan.
Japan.
Here's
Hero.
what's going to happen. We're going to end this episode in a little bit. We are going to record ourselves, and maybe for like I depending on the time, maybe for like a 30-minute bonus episode, I'm going to name the anime that I watch.
Okay.
And I want you to describe the plot of the anime that I've watched.
All right. I'll do it.
Sure. Sounds good. This is perfect. This is exactly how I would love to spend my birthday. But we've gotten into the weeds of all the things that I like. We've talked about superheroes. We've talked about anime. We've talked about wrestling. A lot of the cornerstones in my life. Are there any other questions that you want to ask a now wizened, young, old Unk?
I'm curious if there's anything that you're leaving in 36 and bringing into 37.
For 36, I want to believe that I am leaving some of my flaws.
Mm-hmm.
It is just a little bit difficult because at this moment I am not in the most ideal place and space.
Mm-hmm.
My hope is that certain circumstances will change in the very near future. It has to change in the very near future. But if it changes in the very near future, I can be better equipped and better positioned to make personal changes, do some personal development and growth, and actually put myself in a better position so that I can actually be the best version of myself, put my best foot forward, both mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially. I bought a notebook because I want to start writing literally every day. I want to commit myself to writing a sentence a day.
Okay.
Start small, just a sentence a day, and then go from there.
I love that.
Yeah. Any other questions?
What is one great thing that happened for your birthday weekend?
For my birthday weekend, you took me to get unlimited steaks, which I love and I appreciate because it marries my two favorite things: unlimited meat and you.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. No. Anything else you want to share to the people?
I want to leave with some parting words. Times are weird and hard, but I do believe that if you accept the bad that is surrounding us and surrounding you, if you accept that these things are happening, it makes it easy to make a plan for how to overcome them, how to work around them, how to go through them, how to push forward. There is a song that I can no longer really quote because it contains a dude who is kind of on pause right now for the next 10 years. But it was a song that I would listen to for motivation. It was the song from Kids See Ghosts. I believe it is called Reborn.
Mm-hmm.
It features Kid Cudi, and unfortunately, it also features Kanye West. But the lyrics are what get me because they contain the phrase, this is Kid Cudi's part. I'm not singing Kanye's part. I'm so reborn. I'm moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Ain't no stress on me, Lord. I'm moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. I think that is a message that is important. And I will try to keep that message inside of me without having to listen to the song and give Kanye West any money. Maybe a better example probably would have been, well, no, this is a good example. I was going to say the other example would be Go the Distance on the Hercules soundtrack, but I love that song when I first moved to New York, and the message of that is like, you know, finding your place in the world as opposed to just keep moving forward, you know?
I mean, I think these are both those songs are good reminders. Your old one of like, regardless of where you are in the world, you might be starting over, but you'll still find your place even during when times are rough.
Sure.
And
I would go most anywhere to feel like I belong.
And with the Kid Cudi song, it's like your stumbles are going to happen. Shit's going to get weird. I'm going to keep moving forward because really every day you're born again, right? Like you're waking up, you had a little mini death, you wake up, you're born again. And
the little death. That's what French people call their orgasms. Continue.
And so you can like try to do something new every day to keep getting you to move forward. And I think that is a great mindset to have. So kudos to you.
I absolutely believe that that's a good mindset to have. I will do my best to continue to have that mindset. With that being said, I think that is everything. We are going to call it.
Yes, we are.
We are going to make this bonus content tonight.
Alrighty.
And we will release it at some point. But thank y'all all for listening, liking, watching, subscribing for my birthday. I appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate you. And yes. And until next time, take it easy, keep it sleazy. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the show. If you'd like to contact the podcast, you can reach us via email at blackandsnerdypodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at Black and Snurdy Podcast, as well as on Twitter at Black and Snurdy. You can find me, Maurice, on all social media under the handle Licorice is Legit. That's LICORISH is legit.
And you can find me on Instagram. It's ThatsOD, and on Twitter, THATSOD_E. And don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe to us. Tune in next time to the Black and Snurdy Podcast, where nerds of a feather flock together.
Remember?
Bye.
Boy.
Not yet.
No, this is keeping it. We're keeping this in. Don't forget to take your meds and your subs and drink water. Bye.
Bye.
I actually want to keep that.